Hello and welcome to Art Garden Oracle. I'm Megan White. I am making some quick little videos, trying to get some short videos on my channel. And also, honestly, I'm making a frustration video also because yesterday I spent hours editing this garden tour video that I did to finally get some of the other parts of my channel up. And I worked so hard on it and I was so proud of it. And then my computer, the program crashed and I lost it completely. I just lost hours of work and I was so frustrated. And I was like, I'm going to make some videos of things that I don't really have to edit so I can get these things onto my channel and not have such a lag and kind of just like soothe myself a little bit from losing that video yesterday. It's coming. I just need to take a break before I can do the whole editing process over again because it was a pretty long video too. So the garden tour is coming. I also filmed the second half of it. I just have to hunker down for some editing. So for this one, I'm back to tarot because it's the easiest thing for me not to have to edit too much. And I'm going to do this hashtag, and I foolishly didn't write it down, but I will find it and put it below and tag appropriate people. But it's something like last 10 decks that have come into my collection. So that is what I'm doing. This first one is Mildred Payne's Oracle of Black Enchantment. And this is from the Deviant Moon fellow. What's his name? I had it memorized at one point. Oh, you all know who he is. It's the Deviant Moon guy. Sorry. His name isn't on here, so maybe, I don't know. It had a kind of print, the PDF guidebook. So I have that in the other room. And I've gone through it because honestly, when I first, I got this on like a ding and dent kind of sale. So it was super discounted, like more than 50% discounted. These are the packs. And when I first went through it, it like kind of spooked me a little bit, which is weird because Deviant Moon, even though it's like creepy, I don't have Deviant Moon, by the way. I've seen 1,000 walkthroughs of it and you know, it's a lot of people's favorite. So, yeah, but parts of it just kind of seemed dark to me. And honestly, you know, I know it's just part of the branding, but he included some cards of Mildred Payne and something about it just kind of felt a little too dark. But once I read the guidebook, it's so not dark. It's lovely. And so, yeah, it's certainly got plenty of light meanings to it. And I ended up liking it a lot. The only other deck I have of his is the his playing cards, which I love. And so I thought this was going to have kind of a similar kind of dark but funny feeling to it. But the funniness just, it's more just dark, especially on first glance. But I still do like it. I wish I had maybe done a little bit more research. I don't know. I've been like waffling on the Deviant Moon for such a long time that I probably would have waffled forever. I wanted kind of a more reading deck of his besides the playing cards. So, and I love, love, love the playing cards. So I'm still glad I got this. I wanted something a little bit more detailed. See, it's just like some pretty dark stuff. I wanted a little bit more detailed than the Mildred Payne Pocket Oracle, I think it's called, and something a little bit more storytelling. So, and I've been a little bit more focused on oracles because I got a lot of tarot, and I needed some other kind of oracle deck meaning. So that is some of Mildred Payne's Oracle of Black Enchantment by Deviant Moon. The next one I got, this I haven't made a bag for yet. Oh dang it, I'm gonna have to find her card too. Okay, so this is an Australian or New Zealand. I can't remember where it came from. I apologize. Artist on Etsy, and her tag is Hand Me That Pencil. handmethatpencil.com. Oh, it's not focusing very well. She has these like precious oracles. I also got a downloadable spread book from her. This is the Naked Oracle. These are the backs. And it's really sweet. It has an expansion pack too, and it's super affordable. It just comes in shrink wrap. She doesn't have a guidebook or any sort of box or anything for it to make the shipping more affordable. But yeah, I like the illustration. I like the diversity in it. I like these little notes on the side. Some of them are like potions you can make. So, you know, or it's not a potion you can make. The potion is free will or choice, but, you know, it kind of has either like a plant that relates to the oracle card meaning. And in some cases, it'll have an animal or other keywords that relate to it. So it's definitely super cool. I don't know why this is like a tiny, weird little detail. I didn't notice it so much, but I'll see now that I'm saying that. And several of them, the hands are like just little wedges like this one. And it kind of distracted me and annoyed me for a hot second. But the more I've played with it and looked at it and used it, I am able to look past that more. Because yeah, it's just a very gentle, even with the kind of darker side of some of the cards. Yeah, it's really a very sweet oracle. She has a number of really cool oracles on there. So that is Hand Me That Pencil's Naked Oracle. I guess I should have said warning nudity. She also she does have one tarot deck on her site. I can't remember what it's called, but it's based on, I want to say it's based on older generations, but I feel like I might be making that up. She included some sample cards when she sent me the pack, which I love. And there's some sample cards of her tarot deck and also of her other oracles. It's super lovely. This beauty is the Hellenic Oracle from Etteilla, Garden Goddess Tarot. It is a print on demand from, does it make playing cards? I think that's right. And I have really enjoyed it. It's got beautiful artwork. Let me put this more center. Beautiful artwork that she's chosen for these cards. And I love these, oh my gosh, what do you call them? It's not primordial gods that are kind of landscapes or elements of the landscape. I went through her YouTube videos and wrote down little keywords for everything, but she also links. In that video, she links to a website that has really good information on all her cards. And I feel like I've heard rumors that she was maybe doing or working on a guidebook. But I mean, honestly, I love Greek mythology so much that it's a joy to look these cards up when I pull them. Oops, a little close. So I want to read the myth, you know. A guidebook would be fun, but just reading the mythology and the stories and how it all intertwines is super fun too. So it's on a linen cardstock. It's really nicely done, and comes with a little velvet bag, which I appreciated. Yeah, really good. Oops. Really good oracle. So yeah, Morpheus, god of dreams, I believe. I'm still working. I know all the like super obvious ones, but some of these guys, I know Thanatos is death. I think Morpheus, his brother, is sleep and dreams. I think that's right. Anyway, love the deck. Super glad I got it. My oldest of these 10 is this guy, Tarot of the Holy Spectrum. I just included this in my Tarot to the Max video. This is by Chase Voorhees. Ooh, crap. Sorry, it's an independent indie deck. Actually, all of these so far have been, which is not like me. I did a little indie buy early for the spring, and pretty much my budget is done. So that's like it for the rest of the year. This is Tarot of the Holy Spectrum. I really like this deck. I said on my other video, it's really simple and clean. And I've found that the simplicity really lends a lot to my intuitive reading, which normally I would have thought like, oh, I need a lot going on, so I have a lot to pull from for reading something intuitively. But it's the simplicity that I found has done it more than any of my more complex decks. The tethered one. I love that version of the Hangman. Wait, did I do that right? Hangman 12. Yeah, I think that's right. Gosh, now I'm doubting my tarot knowledge. Anyway, this is it's the Holy Spectrum, the spectrum of light and all the colors in the rainbow, so to speak. But there was a bit of philosophy behind it. I mean, the arcana, the major arcana kind of go through the whole rainbow of colors, and then each of the suits, the court cards, are all one color but different for each suit, and then the minor arcana kind of go through the rainbow to some extent too. So I kind of organized it, or maybe it came that way, and you can really open it up and see the rainbow, which is lovely. But yeah, this is just a really easy reader for me. Really calming, really helps me kind of not overthink too much when I'm doing a reading. Goes with a lot of different decks, a lot of different oracles. I just really, really like it a lot. And really found out about it relatively recently. So that was like zero regret. I love this High Priestess. She's just like barely there and then holding the pomegranate. I love that. I think that's super cool. Yeah, so just a great card. 7 of Pentacles. And yeah, like this one, I just find it's like waiting for the fruit to ripen. I just find his different interpretations, a lot of them are very reminiscent of RWS, but then his different interpretations that he takes are really done with purpose and really bring a cool, just kind of different facet of the card out. And I really love that a lot. So that is Tarot of the Holy Spectrum. I also showed this on my other videos. This was like my mental most deck, but I think I was excited about all my new decks, so I was using a lot of them for the Tarot to the Max video. But this is Narrative Alchemy Tarot by Christy Bentley. She is also on TarotTube. That's funny, weeks ago when I talked about this deck, I was like, I haven't gone to the guidebook yet, and I still haven't. I'm using this deck, and I haven't gone to the guidebook, so that's okay. It's like an exciting carrot. Oh, and this is like, it's an exciting carrot kind of tempting me to get on there soon. So yeah, the numbers correspond to the different minors. It goes up to 14 for the kings. It's the elemental symbol for the suit. So this is cups and 1 keyword. And there are every single keyword I agree with. And with the exception of like maybe 5 or 6 keywords, it's like the exact word I would have chosen if I were making this myself, which has been super cool. And I still don't know the answer to what I brought up in the other video because I haven't gone to the guidebook about how much these correlate to chakras or not, but I'm pretty sure they do, or I heard that in another video, I want to say. So 13 is the Queen of Cups, for example. And then the Roman numerals are major arcana. So that's judgment and purpose. Yeah, it's just such great keywords. I love the colors. I love the simplicity. I love the practice of just distilling it down. It's funny. So curiosity for the fool. I have been just studying, and everything got so complex, and I had this like simple keyword cheat sheet I was kind of using to kind of distill all that I was learning down into some keywords for each card. And then my like cheat sheet list started getting really intense and big. And I was like, wait a second, I'm getting away from trying to distill my knowledge down. So from, simplicity to complexity. And now I feel like I'm just going back to, basics with tarot again. And so Tarot, the Holy Spectrum, and this guy really have helped that process of like making it a little more simple again. This next one is one of my decks that I've stalked for a long time. And I saw some reviews of people who didn't totally love it, just a few people. And it made me pause because it's not, it is an indie deck. It's not cheap. It's, am I showing the right side? Nope, I'm not. Carnival at the end of the world. And so I held off on it and didn't get it. Is it still in order? Yes, it's still in order. It might not still be in order. I feel like I have shuffled it. Anyway, I held off on getting it, and then just recently I was like, no. I was about to get Pagan Otherworlds, actually, because I was like, I have one more indie deck that I can buy before my budget's done. And so I was about to get Pagan Otherworlds, and I was like, I should look at Carnival at the End of the World one more time. And luckily, I watched a review of someone that was sharing the guidebook with it. And I was just like, yes, no, this is the deck I want. And not that Pagan Otherworlds isn't beautiful. That would have been a pleasure also. But this deck, there's something about it. I cannot explain it, but certainly the guidebook and the artistry and kind of poetry of the guidebook was the like deciding factor for me. And now the more I'm kind of working with it and looking into the card meanings and really looking at the artwork, I'm just in love. There's something about this deck that just makes sense to me and just makes me smile and makes me happy. It was, I was worried. I was like, is this going to be one of those decks that I spend all the money on? This is one of the extra cards. And I regret it. And it's not as great when I hold it in my hand as I thought it would be. And no, this deck did not disappoint. It's definitely quirky and unique, and certainly not for a beginner. A lot of these are much more difficult to read. And so for that reason too, I'm glad I got the guidebook. But once I start like getting into the world that in which these were made and getting into that guidebook, they made really easy sense to me. So yeah, it's something I know I know we're going to be friends, and I'm going to be able to like understand its language easily soon. I love the pentacle suit. It's like baker's suit for the court cards. Yeah, it's weird. It's quirky. They have this other beautiful deck that I almost got instead, Tarot of the Drowning World or Tarot in the Drowning World or something like that. It's a photography deck, and it's super beautiful too. And I almost got that. It's really stunning. But there's still something about this one. I don't know. Yeah, this one just felt a little bit more flexible to me and a little bit more varied in the characters. But these guys are just brilliant. They're just I love their artistry and the artistry they bring to tarot. I find it really beautiful and amazing and inspiring. Yeah, I know very little about this, what is it, Khan and Selesnik, but it's like people that I would watch a documentary of their life. It just seems like There's so much creativity and theater going into everything. Okay, this is another reason why my indie budget and tarot budget is like totally shot now. I totally on a whim got Jonasa Jaus's Stunning Tarot. It was so on a whim. And I was like, oh my gosh, that just cut out 2 indie decks I thought I was going to get this year, which is totally fine because I love it. It's a beautiful piece of artwork. This is the, 4th edition? She actually, I didn't do the pre-order. She just had extras and hence the zero thought decision to buy it. And one of my favorite tarot tubers, Waves of Your Soul. She's a French, originally French speaking, but does her videos in English. And I love her. I love her taste, and I feel like she has a really diverse taste in tarot like I do, and a diverse artwork. This is one of her favorite decks. I think that's true still, maybe. And I remember the first few times I saw it on her channel, I was just like, I don't think I love it. And it's something that really has grown on me. I almost got Jonasa Jaus's other tarot deck. I can't remember because both of them were available. And yeah, when I really looked deeply into both of them to make the decision, this one was a clear front runner. Same kind of as with Tarot of the Holy Spectrum. There's just a graphicness to this that I love. There is a lot of mythology, and it's a very esoteric feeling deck to me. There's no guidebook with this, which is a little challenging because some of the Egyptian mythology I'm not as brushed up on, but it's a good opportunity to learn. And I still find that, again, not for beginners, but like I can really get into the cards and figure them out pretty easily. And the readings have been very clear and very strong with these cards. So all the pentacles are in, let's see, all the major arcana are in different colors. I feel like the swords are, okay, now I feel like I'm lying because this is a wand. Yeah, the pentacles are yellow, goldish. The wands are mostly purple. And then the swords are the swords and the cups. There's a cup. Are very slightly different colored. I think one's supposed to be like a pink and one's supposed to be like a red. But it's a very slight difference. And I think I heard like 1 or 2 people maybe complaining about that on videos, but I have no problem with it. It's just all beautiful to me. My favorite card, I feel like someone else shared it as their favorite card too. I'm gonna try to find it real quick. There's so many good ones. 3 of Wands is super beautiful. I don't know. It's got like mermaids, it's got cats, it's got snakes. I don't know. So many things I like. The wands are all very, very witchy. Cool. I like the Emperor. I can't find my favorite card, but you've probably seen it. I feel like it's a lot of people's. Oh, I really like this Chariot. I forgot about the Chariot. Anyway, I have limited memory left on my card, so I can't maybe find it. It's probably in this deck, I'm willing to bet. Yeah, gorgeous deck. And again, same as before, like don't regret it for 1 second. It's the Lovers card. I just find that so beautiful. It's such a beautiful interpretation of the Lovers. It's a gorgeous deck. No regrets. Which is usually not true when I make a rash decision like that. I usually have regrets. No regrets there. This is a couple mass market super cheap decks. Since I'm showing you like almost every indie deck I've ever bought, there's only like 10 more above this number that I've shown. This is a super, like, it was like $15 Oracle When My Soul Whispered by Melissa Salvaggio. Yeah, artwork by Jess O'Connor. It's super simple and like almost a little too simple or too cute. At first sight, I don't know, but I needed something kind of simple and just calming, and just with some kind of easy keywords. And what really sold me was the deck guidebook. It is just really nice, and it has a little quote, it has like a write-up, it has this my light version of the oracle, and then my shadow version of the oracle, or of the message, and then like a mantra almost, my sacred words, which I find these really beautiful. And then it's also associated with chakras, which I'm doing. I am like a certified yoga instructor, and I have a lot of like decks focused on yoga and Ayurveda and those systems. And so I really like the chakra aspect too. And then a raisin Dutch. So it's just a sweet, really versatile, really, there's the card we were just looking at. Really easy deck. And then a super nice surprise is it's like edged, gilded, this like pretty sharp, sparkly matte edging on it, which was nice. So yeah, I just felt like it was kind of, again, a purchase I didn't think about, and I should have, given that there are no more decks this year, and I don't regret doing it, especially for 15 bucks. This is another classic that I just got, Morgan's Tarot. There is this indie deck that I really wanted. It was one that I kind of had to sacrifice for my Jonasa Jaus purchase. Those are the backs. And it's called Visions in the Liminal Space or something like that. It's from the people that did, what's that tarot deck called? I can't remember. She's from like Brooklyn or New York or something. I can't remember. She wrote a book about it too. Anyway, I love that. It's a black and white illustrated deck, and it has a lot of like this vibe to it, the Morgan's Tarot vibe to it. But it was really expensive, and I kept looking at this one and like, well, this is like a $20 oracle, and it has this like cool history, and I think I should, I don't know, I think maybe it'll be cool. But then every once in a while I would see an image and just be like, oh, that just seems like it's mushroom trippy and too far out for me. But I ended up getting it, yeah, when I kind of had to adjust my indie deck purchases. And I've done readings with it, and it is really good reader. Really good reader. I couldn't believe what a good reader it was. So I felt so foolish for thinking it was just like a goofy deck. It makes me laugh. It has been profound. It's super easy to read from. It goes great with tarot decks of all sorts. I have enjoyed it so much, and I can't believe I waffled on it for such a long time. So it's wonderful. And I definitely recommend it. And it just makes you laugh, which, God, I need that right now. 2022 into early 2023 was not super fun. So I'm super appreciative for the levity there. And then my last deck that I recently got, this was another stretch one for me. This is the Etteilla Tarot. I know it has the word that shall not be spoken on it, which I apologize. I meant to cover that up. So this is a really old, this is a vintage deck. And I haven't like really looked deep into the history of this, so please don't hate me if I'm wrong, but I want to say that this was like the first deck that was actually intended, or one of the first decks that was actually intended for cartomancy, and wasn't kind of like just a playing card game with fortune telling under the surface of it. Oh, and I just did it again. Sorry. This was printed in 1969, so I got this vintage deck in like really good condition. It smells like my grandmother's house used to smell, just like maybe a smoker at some point, definitely some mothballs. So it's a study deck for me, and I really am like working on not only other systems of divination with other cartomancy systems of divination, but really digging into the history of tarot and understanding more like all the different places it's come from. And there's something about this, you know, even if this ends up not being historically what I think it is by buying it, I love the artwork. I love the reverse, you know, the reversals on there. I speak French, sort of, not, I would not say fluently, but I speak it pretty well. So I can read all the French words, but obviously it's in English too. So you don't have to translate anything. And I was kind of honestly hoping the book was going to be in French, but it's in English, which is good for most people. So yeah, I'm interested in looking into the system more and understanding this deck and the history of it, and kind of seeing how it relates to the modern tarot, or the more modern tarot, and other systems that are out there. So that's a super fun, super different deck. And again, out of print, I'm pretty sure, so I apologize, but you can still find copies. They, yeah, can be expensive. This one wasn't terrible considering the condition it's in. So that's my last one to show. I'm about out of memory, so I'm gonna wrap this up here and say thank you for watching, and feel free to comment and share. If you wouldn't mind subscribing, that would sure be great, because I'm working on growing this channel and including some better content and more fun stuff on here, and hopefully get my act together on editing. So what happened yesterday doesn't happen again. But yeah, thank you for being here, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you again soon.